Hey there everyone. So today I have a novelty chessboard. It's themed from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chess. This is the second movie. The pieces were made to look like characters from the show. This is the white king piece, Captain Jack Sparrow. The base of every piece has been labeled so that you can kind of keep track of what's what. It makes it a little less confusing. And here we have our queen piece. This is Elizabeth. A little trick you can use to remember where the king and the queen go, because they're adjacent to each other, is the queen always goes on the same color square as what she is. So this is the white queen, so she goes on the white square. For our bishop piece, we have William Turner. Then for our knight pieces, we have, I think their names are Pintel and Rigetti, but I always forget which one's which because they're together all the time, so I don't know if you can see, but they tried to make his eye, the one on the left, a little bit bigger, because I guess that's supposed to be the wooden one. Then, I thought this was kind of clever. For the rook piece, or the castle piece, as it's colloquially known, they used the ship. This is the Black Pearl. Then I absolutely love the pawn pieces they did. Just they made them little cannons. Normally I really don't care much for pawns. They're kind of meant to be a throwaway piece, but I don't know, sometimes I just love looking at all these little cannons lined up in the middle of a game. It makes it seem a lot more intense. So these are all our white pieces. And then the other side are all different. This is the Davy Jones piece for the other side of the board. He's the opposing king. And then for the queen piece, they didn't really have a female character to use. So I think they just went with what would be most powerful, because the queen is the most powerful piece. So they chose the Kraken. You can kind of see where it's got like ships all wrapped up in its tentacles. And I don't really know the name of the characters for the Davy Jones crew. I'm sure you would have to like look at the credits to figure it out. So we'll just call this guy Unnamed Fishman number 1. That's the bishop piece. I think they tried to give him a somewhat similar stance as the other bishops, so it's easier to tell them. And then they definitely did the same thing with the knight pieces. They just put, I can't tell if they're conjoined twins, if they're standing next to each other. I vaguely remember seeing these guys in the background like one time during the movie. So I'm pretty sure they just chose them for the knight piece for similarity purposes. And then for the rook, we have the Flying Dutchman ship. Very similar to the Black Pearl. Mostly just a different bow. I think yeah, I remember the Davy Jones ship kind of looked like a big snarling mouth, and I guess you can kind of see that. They try to make it a little more tattered and beat up looking. Pawns are pretty similar for both sides, but you'll notice the Davy Jones cannons have all kinds of rust and barnacles. They just tried to make it look really gnarly. I don't know, almost kind of makes them look more menacing, if anything. So yeah, that's my novelty chessboard. It also came with some pieces for checkers. Get those. These are themed from the first movie. They're meant to be the cursed Aztec doubloons. One's silver and one's gold to distinguish them. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to be on the back, but I don't much care for checkers compared to chess. I just think there's a lot more strategy involved in chess. One of the things I like about the game is that it's one of the very few games out there where there's absolutely no element of luck involved. It's just how you play. It says made in China. I don't know if I can get it to focus. No, it's not one to look at it. I guess that's a little clearer. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I could do a video sometime on how the pieces move, explain some opening principles, if anyone would be interested in that. It might be boring, but if you're trying to fall asleep, maybe that's the point, right? Alright.